The metal groans, a symphony of imminent collapse deep beneath the crushing waves. Air, once abundant, is now a precious, rapidly vanishing resource. You are trapped in a crippled mini-sub, the pressure outside immense, the darkness absolute. 5 souls, now 4 conscious, stare at the grim reality of a slow, agonizing suffocation. But there was a protocol, a macabre agreement signed in the cold light of preparation. If oxygen ran dangerously low, the life support of the designated, unconscious crewmate could be rerouted. A single, desperate chance at survival, etched in blood before the mission began. The clock is ticking, each breath a conscious countdown. Do you honor a pact made in a world above, or defy it for a principle that may cost everyone their final gasps? Can you be the one to decide who lives and who doesn't, even when the choice was agreed upon?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This dilemma plunges us into the icy waters of utilitarianism versus deontology. Is the greatest good, the survival of the many, worth the intentional sacrifice of one, even if consented to previously? The psychological burden of pulling the trigger on a life, however agreed upon, is immense. It forces us to confront the true meaning of consent in extreme duress, and whether a pre-signed waiver truly absolves the moral actor from the profound act of ending a life for collective survival. The alley was dark, the rain relentless, and what you saw there will forever stain your soul. The son of the city's most feared crime lord, a man whose shadow stretches across every institution, committing an act of unspeakable brutality. Your heart pounded not just from fear, but from the horrifying realization that you were a witness. The city whispers tales of this family's retribution, of loose ends being tied, of families vanishing without a trace. You know, with absolute certainty, that if you speak, if you even hint at what you saw, your loved ones, innocent, vulnerable, will pay the ultimate, agonizing price. Justice demands action. Your conscience screams for retribution. But can you sacrifice your children, your spouse, to the ravenous maw of a criminal empire for a principle? Is your pursuit of truth worth their screams, their silent disappearances?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This dilemma pits individual moral integrity against the primal instinct for familial protection. It's a brutal exploration of courage, cowardice, and the limits of justice in a world where power often trumps law. The psychological toll of either choice is devastating. The crushing guilt of complicity versus the unbearable responsibility for your family's demise. It asks, what is the true cost of doing the right thing when the forces against you are not just powerful, but utterly merciless? The world is dying. Cities are silent tombs, hospitals overflowing with the doomed. Panic, despair, and a creeping sickness define humanity's last days. And then, a flicker of hope. You, a brilliant but desperate scientist, discover the anomaly, a unique genetic marker in one individual that holds the blueprint for immunity. The catch? To extract and synthesize this cure for the masses, the host's vital organs must be harvested. And that host, that one precious life, is your closest family member, lying unconscious, unaware of the horrific choice you now face, the salvation of humanity, or the life of the one you hold most dear. The weight of the world rests on your shoulders. Billions will die if you hesitate. But can you condemn the one person you cherish most to a gruesome death, even for humanity's sake? Is this heroism or a monstrous act of betrayal?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is the ultimate trolley problem, amplified to a global scale with a deeply personal sacrifice. It forces a collision between absolute utilitarianism, the greatest good for the greatest number, and the inherent moral repugnance of sacrificing an innocent, especially a loved one. The psychological trauma of making such a choice would be indelible, forever branding the savior as a murderer in their own mind. It asks, where do we draw the line between humanity's survival and the inviolable right to life of an individual, even one unknowingly holding the key? He terrorized the city for years, a phantom leaving a trail of unimaginable horror. Now he lies in a coma, his physical body broken. But his mind, his consciousness, has been successfully extracted and uploaded into a revolutionary, experimental neural interface. You, the lead neuroethicist, hold the power to decide his fate. The technology allows for infinite loops of tailored torment, a digital prison where he could relive his victim's pain eternally. Or you could release his consciousness back, knowing his brain activity suggests he will recover, and the cycle of violence will almost certainly resume. Is this justice, or a descent into depravity? Do you become the architect of eternal suffering to prevent future victims, or uphold a flawed humanity by risking more lives? Can a digital life be truly tormented, and if so, is it ethical?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This dilemma pushes the boundaries of justice, punishment, and the very definition of suffering in the digital age. It explores the eye for an eye mentality taken to its most extreme, almost sci-fi conclusion. Psychologically, it forces us to confront our capacity for vengeance and whether the pursuit of perfect justice through infinite torment corrupts the very principles we claim to uphold. It asks, if we have the power to inflict endless pain, should we? And what does that say about us, the judges? The world stands on the brink, a catastrophic event looming, promising to plunge civilization into an irreversible abyss. You, a reclusive quantum physicist, have discovered a theoretical, one-time method for temporal displacement, a single jump back in time, just far enough to avert the disaster. But the calculations reveal a horrifying truth, the paradox of your own intervention. To prevent the catastrophe, your existence, your entire life, all your memories, must be completely unwound, erased from the fabric of time. You would never have existed, never loved, never been. The world would be saved, but you would be no more, not even a memory. Can you choose oblivion for the sake of a future you will never experience? Is the legacy of salvation worth the complete annihilation of self? Or does the primal instinct for self-preservation override even the greatest good?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This dilemma is a profound exploration of identity, self-sacrifice, and the nature of legacy. It challenges the very core of what it means to exist and to make a meaningful impact. Psychologically, the idea of complete non-existence is terrifying, perhaps more so than death itself. It pits the ultimate altruistic act against the fundamental human desire for self-preservation and memory. It asks, without it you to witness the salvation, without anyone to remember your sacrifice, does it still hold meaning, or is it merely an act of cosmic erasure?